There you go, guys. There's some great new footage of the C8 Z06 out testing in the wild out in Southern California. You know, it sounds kind of familiar. That's because it's going to have the same flat plane crank V8 naturally aspirated engine as that C8R. It'll be tuned different, obviously, so it'll sound a little different, but it's going to be a very similar engine. You know, not long ago we had other leaked material come out. We had some pictures of what looks like some Z06 steering wheels that surfaced on the internet when they clearly show a Z06 logo at the bottom and they've got carbon fiber around the bottom and on the top. And also recently we had a group of photos that was released licensed by Car and Driver that I think we all first assumed it was a Z06 doing some winter testing. But that has since been challenged by some people that know a little bit more than even Car and Driver, such as GMauthority.com, saying that this is not actually a Z06, but rather an ERay or a ZR1 or something like that. You'll see some of these images and how at certain angles they're similar to the C8R, but there are a few things that are a little bit different. But ultimately, a lot of the angles and the scoops and the wide fenders and the wide tires will carry over very similar to the C8R race car into the street version of the higher performance versions of the Corvette, whether this be a Z06 or a ZR1 or an ERay or whatever they want to call it. Either way, I love the way it looks. This is all, of course, in addition to some amazing renderings that we've seen come up on the internet over the past couple of months. Here's a couple right here that are my favorite. They'll show the big wing, the big scoop, things like that. But the big news is actually posted by a guy named Jim Lill over on a C8 Facebook group who happened to stumble across a C8 Z06 testing out in the wild in Southern California. There's a few pictures that he took. Here's one of them that shows a wide angle of the car, and I wanted to dive in a little more into the details of what we see in this picture. First, we're going to look at the side skirts. Notice there's some big wide side skirts, much wider than the Stingray, that are attached to this car. Second, if you go up a little bit, you'll see a wider front fender and the camouflage masking a front scoop. Probably not too much different than what we see in the C8R. It may not quite be that aggressive looking, but it'll look wide as well. Now, looking at the back of the car, you'll notice on the street car, the exhaust comes out right behind the wheel, and on the race car, it actually, there's a cutout behind the wheel, and the exhaust comes out in the middle. I would expect the street car to have a more similar look to the Stingray where it comes out behind the wheel. And when you look at the back of the car, there's clearly some spoiler mounts, and there's no spoiler on this car, but the mounts are right there. I also don't see spoiler mounts to the outside of the car as much. Also notice the exact placement of those two spoiler mounts. They are wider set than what you see on the Stingray with the two spoiler mounts in the middle there. So clearly we're going to get a larger wing with two mounts. Maybe not quite as wide and aggressive as this, but it'll still be there. So ultimately, this picture tells a lot of stories about what we should expect with the C8 Z06. Now here's another picture that was taken. Now what I've done with this picture is I've zoomed in and cleared up the coloring so you can really see the definition of that front fender, which is much wider in a scoop, rear fender much wider, also a huge scoop going from the bottom of the window all the way down to the side skirt, much bigger than on the Stingray. Here's a couple of other pictures. Now these are stills from the video, so I apologize for the quality, but you can clearly see the huge side scoop, and on the back you can clearly see the huge rear tires. So this is definitely something different than a regular Stingray.
Yeah, right.
So again, I want to definitely give all the credit to Jim Lill, who took this video and took these pictures and posted them on Facebook. Please give him all the credit. Also, I want to thank GM Authority, some other people that have some insider information. Also, a guy named Hunter Swift, who's a photographer who did these amazing renderings of the C8 Z06 a while back based on the C8R. He does an amazing job, so go look up his work. Let me know down in the comments your opinion on this Z06. Should it be turbocharged? Should it be naturally aspirated? Should I get one? You know, I've been on the fence about just actually doing it and putting down a deposit and really saying I'm going to get one of these, but you guys tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I should get one. Tell me if you guys think I should bring one to the channel. Should I sell the C6, get one of these Z06s, and make it a focal point on my channel, I would love to. I think most of my viewers would love to, but tell me what you think. Also, definitely like this video. Like it if you love the C8 Z06, or just love it if you want to see more videos like this. Also, of course, subscribe, and we will have more videos like this in the future. Until next time, adios.